Imagine a world where the Third Reich won World War II. All of Europe, and perhaps beyond, would have been influenced by Nazi ideology. In this alternate history, we explore what that future might have looked like. A redesigned capital city, population relocation plans, and some forward-thinking laws. If the World War II Germany had won, Berlin would have been transformed into Germania, the central capital of a unified empire. This project, designed by Adolf Hitler and his architect Albert Speer, aimed to make Germania a monumental city, symbolizing the power of the Third Reich. The plan included massive buildings and a north-south axis spanning several kilometers, lined with imposing structures. At the heart of this city stood an iconic building, the Volkshalle, or People's Hall. The Volkshalle, a colossal dome, nearly 290 meters tall, could have accommodated up to 180,000 people, serving as a space for massive gatherings. This building was meant to represent the power and unity of the German nation. Inspired by Rome's Pantheon, it would have towered over the city and become a major symbol of this new capital. But beyond infrastructure, the regime also envisioned demographic reorganizations. The Nazi regime had developed what was called the Madagascar Plan, a proposal to resettle Europe's Jewish population on the island. This plan aimed to relocate millions, moving them far from European centers. However, logistical difficulties and shifts in war strategy prevented the plan from being implemented, and it was ultimately abandoned. Some aspects of the Third Reich legislation might be considered forward-thinking, though ideologically motivated. For example, they introduced animal protection laws in 1933. Vivisection without anesthesia and other cruel practices were banned. These laws reflected a respect for certain aspects of nature, which were part of their ideology of purity and conservation of natural resources. In 1935, a nature protection law was enacted to preserve natural landscapes and limit urban development in certain areas. This early framework for environmental protection in Europe established protected zones and practices aimed at conserving the environment, reflecting a belief that land and nature held both symbolic and practical value. The regime also launched one of the first large-scale anti-smoking campaigns. Studies documented the harmful effects of tobacco, and restrictions were put in place to protect pregnant women and young people. These measures promoted a healthier lifestyle, aligned with the idea of a strong, resilient population. If Nazi Germany had won the war, projects like Germania and the Volkshalle might have materialized, and laws protecting nature, animals, and public health may have continued. However, these ideas were part of a comprehensive vision, and this new Reich capital would have redefined daily life across Europe and beyond.